We are live and recording.
Well,
All right.
for anyone who watches the VOD or the video that's going to be put on YouTube, hopefully soon-ish.
It'd be nice if we could get the other copies. So,
Yeah. You, honestly, you'll have to talk to her about that. She hasn't messaged me like
I
at
fucking
all.
tried
So.
to, but she's been ignoring me. So,
No, you're our only hope, Alejandro.
yeah, Alejandro,
Talk to her today.
go kick her in the shin.
Not today, but tomorrow.
Just walk up. No words, just kick.
Uh,
But no, we do care about your sister and hope she's doing all right. We don't know why she's talking to us, but again, we hope everything's fine.
okay.
Yeah.
Sending
We
her
just
our
want the
best.
VODs.
Yeah, it's just frustrating because I'm like, I have all the episodes of my end, but I'm waiting to upload them. God damn it!
Uh, I was actually also wondering why we can only have access to 3, but apparently there are 6 up. So
Yeah, well, there's one that's a draft, and there's 2 that I can't access. So I think one's Aaron's and one's Dork's.
Yeah, I've got one up there that's set as private, so I'm waiting to publish it before the other ones are up there, so I know exactly what number it is.
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, as to our artists, just because I'm not sure how long this session is, I'm not going to go into a full tirade about them. But again, we thank our lovely artists. We thank the Handbook of Heroes for their wonderful token art that I use occasionally. Should probably use it more often. Wonderful art. Check out their thing on Roll20 under Carnival 6. Hopefully they'll upload more soon. Otherwise, for token art, you can always go through the Patreon for both the comics, their token art, and for those who are naughty, they're not safe for work book. Thank you as always for Face Speaker, who makes the lovely token art of our main characters. And the many other artists who I don't believe will be showed off this session much. But again, thank you. And if you ever watch this, thank you, but also why?
Because they like to see us suffer, mainly you.
indeed.
Anyway, again, whoever watches this, thank you, and I do hope you enjoy, whether you are our friends or not. Though you'll probably enjoy it more if you are our friends, given who we are.
I do have a few announcements as well, Nathan, that I'd like to do when you're done.
Yeah, you go ahead and do it, and after you're done, I shall
So
say where we left off.
First off, I like to pay respects to the anime community and manga community, because we lost somebody who had a great influence in the 90s and is possibly the reason why most 90s kids got into TCG games. Kazuki Takahashi passed away. It's a big one. And I wanted to say I had another thing planned out that I was going to say. As soon as I pull up this screw you, computer. I keep forgetting to what? Okay, I gotta go to DM's Guild real quick to do this. Because I want to give acknowledgement to
Go on.
I'm spelling. Okay. There we go. That's what it is. I want to give a big thank you to somebody who is the reason why I'm actually able to play this class, and it's Benjamin Huffman, who designed the Spiritualist over on DM's Dungeon Masters Guild. Go check them out. They've got a lot of really cool subclasses and classes that they build. They do put a lot of work into what they design. They have things like, for example, so they got the Spiritualist class, which is one I've really loved, but they've got things like the Pugilist, the Magus, the Scholar, and many other really... They even have a Beast Folk race. So they've got some really... The Saurians, they've got some really good good work that they've put a lot of stuff into. So go check them out on DM's Guild. They're really great. And other than that, join me tomorrow for a massive headache that I get to endure over on Roll With It, a Monday game that we're trying to get weekly, but everybody seems to have some conflicting scheduling issues. It's been a headache and a half, but I've been enjoying writing for it. You get to see my, I would say DM extraordinaire abilities, but it's more like me flailing angrily and seeing what sticks. I feel I feel my hair growing, turning grayer as I DM. But I love them. I love my players. They're amazing people. I wouldn't change it for the world, other than the fact that I would change their schedules. That would be really goddamn great.
Well, does anyone else have anything to say? Give Brayson the time he needs.
Oh, one thing I want to add, to anybody watching the VODs in this, go Bother the Darkness on her channel. Go send her all the love you can. Bully her with love. She's a really cool person, and is our residential warlock sister. So it's even funnier. Yeah. Rival streams. But we win through kindness and wholesomeness.
All right.
Well, we shall start then, hopefully.
Gongi Tenpai.
Anyway, ignoring that.
It's Chinese for Ready, Set, Go.
I have no idea. Like, I don't know Chinese. I know a little bit of German. So unlike Arthur Morgan, I do speak German. Anyway.
I know a little bit of German now.
From our small session last time, the party, with the exception of Sulfur, had woken up from a very, very long nap, which was 2 days on the open sea. Having narrowly survived a very violent magical attack on the land that put this part of a small peninsula into shattered remains that are now filled with ocean water. Luckily, the ship they got a merchant vessel from Almafa, had found them with a doctor who was using their services to travel among. That doctor's name being a mixed-blooded individual of Azamar and Tiefling descent named Ishkar Fellblood. Now everyone get excited.
I'm just letting you recap, buddy.
Yeah, anyway. Though their final stop was Drakenrest, because you all were found and near enough, you were going to be taken back to El's Hollow, which incidentally is the place you all were going to head back after your mission was complete anyway. Today, a very small festival happens, as it is the Festival of Grelai. She is the goddess of nature, and you know, that kind of thing. Not going to get fully into that unless the party wants to, you know, learn more about her. But basically, she's one of the major goddesses of this world, and as such, many people celebrate her festival. So, in the morning, as the ship you're kind of riding is docked into one of the many wooden docks of the area, and your own vessel, quote unquote, your own, is kind of, well, it needs to be worked upon before it can properly be set sail again. So instead of putting it directly in a dock, they put it beside the dock, so it can be dragged onto land and then properly worked on.
I am crying at all times.
Should and when you guys are able to pay for it.
Speaking of sister.
Yes, the party finally returns to Whale's Hollow.
I was gonna ask, was there a point where we could talk to the captain?
Since it's morning now, most likely.
Okay, because that's who, I would have been up on deck waiting for the captain to come out. Since we slept, like, for a couple days, I'm guessing we could go at least a day without exhaustion. We slept for 2.
Well, you slept or were dehydrated, so that's you were able. You didn't need to sleep last night. I'll say that, but you will need to sleep tonight.
Yeah. But
yeah, you guys. I don't have art for him because I wasn't gonna make him a major character, but it is a bronze dragonborn named Wix Thunderjowls.
Thunderjowls. I love him. Nathan, I'm sorry. He's about to become a good a reoccurring character. Cardos walks up. Goes, "Oi, Captain."
Oh, it's one of the people that got found. Yes.
Thank you kindly, mate. Definitely appreciate it.
No reason to leave people out on the open waters.
Allow me the proper introductions, mate. I am Kadros. He kind of like has this shuffling, and he goes, "I served under I served on Dark Pillars for the longest time."
Oh, the privateer, huh? Kind of scratches the back of his head. At this moment, you guys could. I imagine everyone else is on the top deck, unless you guys have something else you like to be somewhere on the ship.
Sulfur's in the hole.
Well, yeah, but I mean for the party, as at this point, I imagine Sulfur's being helped to the top deck, unless Sulfur does not want that.
Can help him out if he likes show him around, introducing to people like he actually knows what he does.
All right.
Cadros looks at him and goes, "Well, Captain, to repay you, I don't have much money on me, but if you're ever in need and we're around, I will definitely pay." He goes, I will return the favor to you, Captain."
Do not worry. It is a valorous man that helps those in need.
Well, he kind of smiles and goes, "Still, I wouldn't be drawing breath this day if it wasn't for you, Captain. You're a good man, and I will always remember this." If you ever need anything, mate, just ask.
I'll be fine.
Hell,
But thank you for the offer.
he goes, "Save my life, I'd take on the entire government for you, mate."
Funny joke.
Well, I'm sure my mother would like to repay your kindness in some way as well. So, would you at least
I'll never meet her.
Well, would you at least be willing to take us to a ship, and so that way she can reward you?
I'll find my way to her one day, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm just letting you off and letting your... He looks at the slope, which is like leaning to one side a little bit, but mostly because it's been drug up on shore. You're more busy than I am. And by that I mean I still need to go somewhere else. I need to deliver me cargo to Drakenrest.
Kados just looked at his slope. "I'll have a real ship one day, mate." There's like this look, like it's like if this was like Disney, he would break out into a music number about one day out there type deal, like the Quasimodo song. But it's just...
Oh, don't worry, lad. It's not the size of the ship that matters, it's how well you take care of her.
Yes, but
Also how many guns she has.
Also, true, but I do know it takes a long time to get to Hidval in a rowboat.
Takes a warship 6 months.
Yeah.
Also, you're planning to go to Hidval?
He goes, "No, mate. Just an analogy."
Hmm.
He goes, "We're not getting anywhere far in that thing, even if it's repaired."
Oh. Either way, as he kind of looks over the party, if the party's all on deck, like I say, Sulfur, you can walk in at this time, having finally awakened with only the memory of, like, a few hours of Caspian talking in your mind.
Oh, Sulfur, you're awake.
People are muted.
Fucking right, Sulfur.
My family is using the area next to my computer as a fucking meeting space.
No. But yeah. Nope.
Oh,
I guess it was my problem.
Sulfur. Grayson, you there, buddy? Oh no! Oh, you're lighting up. You're lighting up.
How about now?
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hello.
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to think of a way to reply to the greeting. And also, I still don't know anything about the stories that Sulfur was told while he was half conscious, so I don't even know what words would be in my head.
That's something that I'll give you a synopsis of later.
Okay,
hopefully.
okay. No problem. Alright.
It was for more shits and giggles than
Okay.
actual story.
Alright then. I'd love to hear it later, but yeah, okay, I'll go on. Greetings, friends. Seems everything's gone well while I was asleep. Have I missed anything?
Well, not much really. Other than the fact that we now have we have a boat that's towards old. We have a new friend in Captain Wicks.
Oh.
And, well, we still had to report to Mama about,
You're also still missing Sulfur.
No, this is Sulfur talking.
This.
I mean, Cyclone.
Oh yes, yeah.
Also, there's the fact that the place that we were in just got sunk for about maybe a couple miles.
That doesn't terribly bother me that much.
True.
Yes, because you're not. Yes, because you live underwater. We don't.
I
Carlos!
can definitely understand your point.
Carlos just looked at you. Mate, I can live underwater.
Well, now it's not a competition. We're all winners. You know.
No, like he he
Oh, I
looks
should say we should.
he looks at Caspian and goes, "No, mate, seriously, I can breathe underwater."
And
I'm just saying, like,
just very unimpressed. Like that's the base standard. You should be able to.
yeah, he just like, but it's that look like, I mean, yeah, it just look like. Actually, Caspian, I might need to talk to you about something, mate. Like, I don't.
I'll try not to be concerned by that.
Yeah, let's put it this way, mate. We're gonna put the pin in it, but it's kind of.
I don't quite have. Give me a moment. Something.
He just goes,
Ishkar,
we're not.
Let's have to. Ishkar, can we borrow a pen, please? I don't think he's nearby.
No, mate, I mean, we'll talk about it later, but it is something I should you might actually be able to help me more than most. Let's put it this way. What do you know, Caspian, of gods of the sea?
Should say let's say I know about as much as anyone else who lives in the sea with them. We're not much of a god people, I should say.
You're not God-fearing.
Not really god-fearing. Killed a few, but I'm not terribly certain as to why.
DM, I'm gonna ask.
I have to say sometimes I'm sure we talked about this, but I feel like sometimes if you just say the
they're
darkest
gods, and then they're put to the test, and then they fail the test.
you kill something, you kill stuff that claimed it was gods, not
Yes.
actual gods.
He doesn't really see a difference.
Yeah, okay. So long as everyone else understands that as a character.
You're like, no, my lord.
Cadros kind of looks at you.
I'm not a super stickler for it, but I do need to accept some roles.
Cadros looks at you, Caspian, and looks at the captain. And DM above game. We're probably not getting into combat since we're doing festival stuff.
Whether you guys do festival stuff or not, it's up to you.
I haven't used it yet, so why not?
See, like, this episode is me taking off Alicia, seeing what you guys do for you guys write the story.
Okay. Okay. Caspian looks at Cadros.
I do.
Reverse that. Well, I feel like Caspian would look at Cadros because it'd be very rude to not make eye contact while talking.
Oh yeah, right in the eyes. Unthinking.
And I will.
It's weird after a while.
Cadros looks at you and goes, and you just. He will take. You'll use his Azamar transformation. As he looks far more aquatic, as when he does it, it's almost like this vortex of water first engulfs him, and then it pools out at his feet. As he definitely looks more. You could probably look at him, Caspian, and think, no, he's an aquatic being. He's definitely a sea race, but I don't know what. Like, he might be closer to like a sea elf in this form.
Would Caspian have awareness of this?
Blah! You just hear Wick say. Jowls and all.
That's quite the costume change.
Well, according to what's...
Actually, because you are a paladin of the ocean, you probably could sense the energy of it.
Yeah.
He looks and
It's
goes...
intriguing.
Apparently this is my, this is what I'm really supposed to look like. If my bloodline... Let's put it this way. One of the sea gods has touched my bloodline.
Where on this bloodline did they touch you? Is this a conversation you should be having in public?
He looks and
You
goes...
ask a priest for help.
He's gonna
I should have. I'm not quite service ordained. Do they? I think they say that. But I can offer what assistance I have. Smashing things.
Caspian. I don't know anything about the gods of the ocean.
Well, that's really surprising. They don't really get out much. Ocean and all.
He has this, like, it's pinching a bridge of his nose as there's, like, fish scales going up his body, and he just looks and goes, Caspian, you're the only person I know who might be able to help, or might know people who can help.
What is it exactly you're asking help with? Just understanding your heritage, or finding the god that did this to you?
I want to know what god keeps me awake at night when I don't drink.
Well, I presume the god of sleep would do that.
It's not. Do you know what it's like to have fucking messages as a 10-year-old boy pumped into your head as you're trying to sleep at night?
It's like mind flashing to the military indoctrination. Not at all. Perfectly clear.
What do you think I drink, Caspian?
Well,
Not-
you simply like it.
Well, I would actually, believe it or not, one day I hope to be able to put the bottle down.
Fix that for you.
He looks at Wix.
That
Captain.
alcoholism with a touch.
But he looks at Wix and goes, Captain, what do you know of sea gods who are willing to touch mortal lives? surely a sailor knows a thing or two about oceanic gods. DM? Is the DM
Hey,
broken?
DM, oh, there you go. Now your mic's working.
So you're asking about gods that would touch the mortal plane often.
Of what Wix knows, like if he's ever heard rumors of, like if there are ocean gods that extend a hand to the mortal plane more than the other ones do.
The ones I know, most likely, are either the dragon god, Isail, the god of stories, writing, and of course the sea. Celestial dragons be his chief. Otherwise, there is of the earthly pantheon, Finka, the father of both the gnomes and the halflings, known as the storm god of magic.
You said Finka?
Fika.
Fika. Okay. Can you put?
Fika.
I'm gonna post both of them in my allies and organizations, so that way I have them as possible.
Esil is Esil.
Okay. He goes. Damn, Captain. I'm raking up quite a debt with you, mate.
You don't need to thank me much.
He kind of looks over at Caspian. Just this look, like the fact that I know he's a paladin by this point. He looks and goes, Caspian.
Yes?
I don't wish to. If I'm overstepping, please, mate, just let me know.
I assuredly will.
You're a paladin. What do you draw
Some
your
of us.
what do you draw your power from?
Well, myself mostly. That's how we work.
But don't
That
paladins
I understand.
Don't paladins have a divinity about their abilities?
Yes, but that divinity is eternal. It's bound to a promise we make to ourselves. An oath, some say.
So I have a. He looks at Wix, says Wix is probably the only person who's actually been paying attention outside the group, and he goes, Caspian, I do have a question, and I think the party's interested in this too, mate.
Well, if they are interested, they can ask.
You always speak so highly of your people.
I
Those.
speak accurately, yes.
He kind of smiles and chuckles. Why would you leave that?
Why would I? What an interesting question.
You don't have to
Well,
answer
we all
this.
have responsibilities. I have mine.
Well, it's just it seems like that's a culture you hold dear, and leaving leaving such a place seems like it would have been difficult for you.
Okay.
If we run into, I'm just asking because if we run into any Tritons from your clan, should we expect confrontation? Kind of looks goes about as unlikely as a fucking dragon popping up, mate, and just blowing, fucking becoming a goddamn tsunami. We've already run into unlikely, mate. I'm just asking what to expect if your clan shows up. Would they be civil, or should we expect a fight?
The definition of civil, I should think. They are not too terribly far from my behavior. I am a product of my environment, after all. I say, Of course, we're not all the same. There are subtle differences. Some take things a bit more seriously. Some like to have.
Can I insight
what
him
say,
with
cheat
this?
days. Like
'Cause
he's trying to explain this.
Like, I'm trying to read, like how you're explaining it. Like, if it's one of those you don't want to talk about it type deal, like that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I guess if Bio wants, it could be an insight check.
It's 100% up to Vio.
Yeah.
Okay.
When it comes to player versus player, it is optional and up to the players. So, like, do you want him to insight?
I don't know. He's not.
Okay.
You know, he's not a good liar.
Yeah.
So he doesn't hide things well. Yeah, he's just a little uncomfortable talking about it.
Okay, he just
He's
looks.
more than fine to.
Kedros just kind of looks at you and just pats you on the shoulder and goes, Caspian, I'm sorry, mate.
Sorry for it.
Well, you have to understand, on the ocean, you play pranks on people you care about, and you have a
We
light.
do not do that.
He kind of looks and goes, on my mother's ship, that's what we did to pass the time, and actually have a laugh once in a while.
Yes, we did our work.
So
We performed our tasks.
he kind of looks and goes, and if what I did hurt you, mate, or upset you, I'm sorry.
Not terribly sure what you think you've done, but okay. I am all for this sort of open communication. That's very healthy. I say, not quite what I expected from the previous days, which I have experienced.
Yeah, he kind
your
of
surface
nods.
communications.
He nods and goes, that's kind of why, mate.
Oh, I see. Yes.
He kind of looks and goes, look, one thing, if I can offer you something, mate, and I'm sure Resh here will agree. If we're at sea, if we're on ship for many days, you gotta make your own entertainment. Some people it's playing pranks like a bucket of water or fish guts on top of a door, so when you walk through the door it drops on you. Harmless, no problem, but it's a laugh to most people.
I feel as if these do not transfer well culturally.
Yeah.
Put water on oneself, such as myself, doesn't mean, like, okay, I suppose.
Well,
now I'm wet. Now what?
He looks goes, for you it might be taking all of your taking everything in your foot locker and tying it to the mast up above. So now you gotta go climbing for it.
Yes. I do not recommend doing that.
But you get that anything we do, it's not out of ill will.
Oh, absolutely, and the retribution will be swift.
He looks and goes, there's been a saying on my mother's ship for such things. Confuse. Don't abuse.
I like neither of those things.
Well, like, simply put, if I want to play a prank on you, I might hide your sword and put it in a. He looks goes, if we're in town, I might put your sword in the women's bathing unit.
I know that it is in the women's bathing unit.
I would tell you where it's at. Yes.
Well, then I would simply retrieve it.
There's a smile on Kedros' face as
That's a rather simple thing, I suppose.
as he
It's a
looks
search and find.
as he looks at Rush like, oh shit. But you
I
guys
don't see how
under-
that's much of a problem. So long as you treat it well, I suppose.
But you gotta understand something, mate. if we do something to you, it's never to hurt you or that we think less of you. It's actually the opposite, mate.
Well,
He goes, it's the opposite, really. We like you.
of course it should be.
So he goes, you're a very militaristic culture, right?
We are very efficient. Yes.
Do you do anything to lighten the mood before battle? Do you tell jokes around camp before a big fight?
Myself? Not me personally, although I have heard a few.
Well, think of this. With what if we mess with you, mate? It's because we want to create a story and it's a bonding moment. No matter how much we mess with each other, mate. He goes, I take an arrow in the gut for you.
One would hope you don't have to. That is what I am for.
Oh, trust me, I really hope I don't have to either.
Yes. So, I kind of shift the eyes to the captain.
I will drop my transformation as I revert back to normal.
Inferior form. Anyway.
I can't hold it for very long.
Nice.
Well then, shall we go
I'll
meet?
only be so tough.
Goes, shall we go meet with the others?
That'd be a good idea, I think. Okay, plan. Of course, priority to speak with your mother, was it?
I am dreading this talk, mate. Again, Captain Wicks, thank you. As we will go down.
Give you a thumbs up.
As we go down and find the rest of our party to go have the dreaded talk with my mother.
This show is happening. What did Sulfur and Rush want to do?
So we're off the ship now, or?
No.
You guys can get off the ship. Caspian and Cadros were talking a bit on. So if you two wanted to get off earlier, you guys could have.
Well, it seems we are in a bit of an odd situation.
Okay.
Just dead silence.
Yeah, we were in a situation and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
Oh, we could hear you. Just that I was making a joke since Grayson didn't respond.
Oh my gosh, I was the only other person in the room, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Do you want to respond?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Are you referring to the situation back at the smugglers camp, or the situation now? I'm afraid I'm still figuring out what's going on here.
Well, both. We're fucked on both fronts.
In what
Because-
ways?
Well, think
Well,
about
I
it.
understand about the smugglers camp. Yes, that went very poorly. But we did
Extremely.
find out what happened to the black powder.
Technically, yes. We also didn't retrieve it, which probably would have gotten us, a better reward, but I suppose getting paid at all will be the least of our worries.
Fair.
Also, that thing, Telemachus, it's... we need more information. What we know is barely enough as it is.
Yes, true.
Because, yeah. Because as much as I would love to ignore it, it's going to come after us. Eventually. Perhaps not today and probably not tomorrow, but someday. Maybe in a month. Maybe in a year. Not sure. The point is we need to be prepared for when that does happen. Whether that entails getting stronger, wiser, or more resourceful.
Yes, perhaps. Though, in such a big world, the odds of running into someone like that again, seems unlikely, don't you think?
You would be quite surprised how much fate can look like coincidence and how much it loves to fuck with people.
Looks at the screen.
It's a shame, too. He seemed so charming at first.
Yes, the best fun men often are.
Greg Capone sneezes.
Anyway. So it's the 11th?
Yes, it is the Grelaw Festival Day of Gaia.
Alright.
It is the 11th of Gridala, which is the first day of the week.
Alright.
Oh,
And the next
shit.
lunar event isn't for another...
2 days.
Shit, it's a Monday.
Alright.
Guys, it's a Monday.
Oh.
Look, there's only 6 days in a week. This world.
Why is it a Monday, though?
Anyway. I do believe we need to get prepared. We'll either need more magic, more weapons, or more money. Or preferably all three.
Well, yes, it would definitely be better to get more of all that.
Yes, but when the time comes, we may well have to choose which ones we take. And that's not even considering our current circumstances. Because let's face it, I don't exactly have a raid off this road that doesn't involve the captain. And I'm going with him, it's just... we have one ship, and not a very good one.
Stop reminding me of things I don't have.
Yes, it is quite a small ship. It would burn down quite easily.
I feel attacked right now. That's my baby.
Still, it is a ship, which is much better than what we have at the moment, or otherwise, which would be, well, nothing but driftwood. The point is, it's been a stressful week. We're probably all going to die in the near future, so let's just go get drunk at the festival, have some fun, maybe do some stupid shit we'll regret later.
You're a warlock. What else could you regret?
Many things.
Burn.
I mainly play warlock, so...
You don't know the details of my pact, do you?
Looks at my own warlock. Trust me, you can't be worse.
I'm gonna guess that your act is to be just a real good guy and just help people be nice. And that's what he did.
Anyway.
Looks at Vincent. Can't be worse.
Anyway, let's wait for those two to get down here so we can talk to that one's mom and get paid. Then, we can go do stupid shit.
Yes, definitely. I would very much like to update his mother on the subject. And I am interested in the festival. I'd like to find out what it's like.
I am.
But I should
in
preface the
stupid
fact
shit.
that we maybe shouldn't tell her the whole truth, at least not unless we think that she'll believe us.
Well, what part wouldn't she believe?
The fact that we ran into a man covered in fleshy armor and mouths all over wielding
Oh
an
no, the armor wasn't fleshy. That was just armor. Or as far
Okay,
as you
because
could
that
tell.
would be too much.
Too many mouths.
covered
Man.
in
That would
bloody
be the limit, totally.
yeah,
Right.
covered in bloody armor dotted with mouths who command an army of weird weird crabmen zombie hybrids.
Crab people. Crab people.
Oh, is that unusual? I'm sorry, I didn't know if it was odd or not. I'm not sure what's normal out here.
Well, that was the art.
That
As
is,
you guys are kind of walking and talking, are you ready, Fox?
Oh well, Fox appears.
Yes, I'll ever be.
All right, Fox. Fox, we got to put one rule in here for you, buddy. No wolf nados.
Don't worry. I went very light on the summoning spells this time around.
Honestly, that's just a favor to your DM.
Yeah.
That's just being nice.
But yes, Fox, are you ready to introduce your character now that you're here?
Ready, Captain.
So, as you all are walking and talking, and kind of quiet about what kind of went on, you all would notice someone strange, as most of the people are in the town for the actual celebration, not the dogs themselves, which is where you hear this music in the background from. But in the area, you guys do see a very strange-looking thing. Most of you would not know what this is, but Caspian, you know a turtle when you see one. Do you see this character?
I was gonna say I did grow up on I grew up on an island, so
That doesn't mean you know what a turtle is, or doesn't mean you've interacted with them much.
fair enough.
Turtles are based on tortoises,
Reassured.
not turtles.
Caspian is reassured to see someone of a familiar ancestry, not all this fleshy business. Their
Damn.
mammalian hairs. Weird.
As you're kind of Ondia, after having docked early in the morning, you notice these people who your companion Ishkar was taking care of. Once everyone docked early in the morning, though, as this was supposed to be your last contracted job with the merchant, he allowed you to jump off ship early if you so wished. Ondia. As you finally notice these people who, as far as you know, were unconscious for the time.
The hell is this thing? He says Cadros.
Is it time for me to say hi? I can't tell if you finished the.
Yes, it is time. You can introduce what Ondia looks like.
What
Alright.
what in the maelstrom is this?
All right. Anda, I'm just doing like the introduction description, right?
Yeah.
All right. Anda is a turtle, not a turtle. It's like a turtle, but not a turtle. Let's see. Anda is about 5'8", but stands at a kind of stoop just because of how her back and neck are shaped. She is a female turtle. You can't really tell
Oh.
unless you know something about turtles. And she carries a quarterstaff, kind of like a that she uses kind of as a walking stick. And description. I have a description written on my sheet. I'm just gonna use that.
Go ahead.
Oh, hey Nathan. It's on my sheet. It says, "How do you want to create this character?"
Your character's already created. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Wait. Let me try.
Just edit directly. I moved it to the bio for you already.
All right, I got it. Oh, it's so asking. It says use the character manager, create an NPC, or edit sheet directly. I'm
Edit
guessing
sheet
edit
directly.
sheet.
You
All right.
haven't done anything
about
for
that.
your character, bud?
No, the character sheet's done. I don't know
Yeah,
why it's doing that. I
it's all
watched.
done.
I watched him make the character sheet.
That's
I think it's
weird.
because we just now moved it into the players tab. Maybe I don't know. Jeez, I could read this like a wrestler dancer. Standing at 5'8" and weighing 460 pounds. All right. She's colored a lot like a sea turtle. Very pale shades with some pale shades of sandy brown, with larger patches of dark brown in geometrical shapes. She's got pretty soft features for a turtle, like gentle eyes, and gentle eyes and kind of a pleasant look on her face at all times. Only thing not very pleasant are the big claws that she can absolutely gore you with. And that's about it for a description.
Alright. You, like I said, from your last ship, you noticed these 4 individuals. You hadn't seen the Metal Man before, but you were told about him under the in the hold. Wasn't really your expertise dealing with metal people. But yeah, you remember Ishkard kind of telling you about taking care of them before you got off the ship. And are technically now free of service currently, as your contract is over. Ishkard, being a Savai planar blooded, is this guy, who is a mute. He uses a magic called Skyrite to communicate with people.
I love the glasses.
Yeah, I was about to say they're adorable.
It's the only part of him that's normal.
You can barely see.
Ishkar is
You look
a...
perfectly fine.
Yeah, right. Ishkar is a, like I say, a hybrid between an Azumar and a Tiefling, which are very rare, even in the world of hybrids, which are already rare. Basically, he's the shiny Pokemon of hybrid races.
Damn.
Collect.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
you remember
I'm
seeing
just-
these people, at least when they were unconscious, so this is your first time actually interacting with them. As you kind of see them walking your way, as you kind of stand in the docking areas.
All right. So I'm not even going to attempt a turtle voice. I can't sound like Oogway, female Oogway, so I'm not even going to try. So I'll just speak.
I mean, when you think about it, you have TMNT that just speak like fucking server bros. So there's
Hey,
that.
look, he's doing his Batman voice.
Like I
It's your
always,
character. They sound like what you.
yeah. I mean,
sound like what you want.
I either see turtles being either A, speech patterns are very slow and methodical, or B, they're like the Ninja Turtles, and they're like excited.
They're Australian.
I kind of imagine like a sort of deeper, like, big-chested voice with like a bit of a hum, like some bassy sound to it.
Yeah, that works.
But, like, overall pleasant.
Do the sound you want to make.
Yeah.
Hello,
your character.
friends. Welcome to Daylight.
Say, I have treated Olga essentially, or as Caspian will approach Squirtle. May I have your name?
The fuck is
That's it.
this?
Onda, what's yours?
It's such a kind person. That's no way to speak of such things, I say. Caspian Messiah, guys, Dalmath of Dover, Tychicus of Dover. I'm sure you're familiar, of course. Onda, you said. Anything else, perhaps, after time? What's that? Be fascinated to hear your stories.
Just Onda, like the sea is the sea.
Respectable. I would not do that, of course, but it's fine. Venice, these are my companions. They can introduce themselves. As he is now standing next to Onda, not the party.
Cadros.
Just changed allegiance.
Cadros being the charismatic captain that he is, because he kind of smiles and extends a hand and just goes, Cadros Faywalker, pleasure to meet your acquaintance, mate, as he extends a hand.
Pleasure's mine. And your hand gets dwarfed in hers, and she's very careful not to accidentally Ricky with her claws.
When you grab his hand, his touch is cold. Cold like death.
Mine's so awfully cold from that nap, eh?
He kind of goes, well, when you constantly exist with one foot in the grave already, mate, it takes its toll on your body.
Don't I know it?
There's this eyebrow raise, and you say, don't I know, and he's like, you've seen death once or twice.
Always out on the sea. Every voyage.
There's thoughts going through his head.
These two are on a very different wavelengths.
He's just nodding his head happily.
I don't think you understand what you just told somebody who's superstitious.
Oh my god.
The Sulfur and Resh wish to approach Ondia as well.
Are you calling her Ondia?
Onda.
That's kind of
Onda.
nice. It's just Onda.
We all know our DM extraordinaire is terrible with names.
Adding one extra letter isn't too bad.
Yeah,
all
it's better
right,
than
all
each
right.
character.
With that accent and thing.
Anyway, yes. The Sulfur or Resh wish to introduce themselves to Onda.
Yes. Yeah, Sulfur would like to. Can y'all hear me? Is my mic still not working?
Yeah, you're good.
Yes,
you're
you're working.
good.
Okay.
Okay, you're right.
All right. Okay. Sulfur steps up to Onda and clasps her hand friendly in his. Says, "Salutations, friend. It's a pleasure to meet you. You look magnificent. I love your armored carapace. Looks very sturdy."
And well met to you. Your armor is very well crafted yourself.
I thank you.
I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like a person congratulating you.
I told you it would. That's what I told you.
No, I'm all
You're
for
for
it.
it.
I want to try doing a voice for Sulfur, but I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to manage anything.
Yeah.
I will see if I can progress into an old lady turtle voice, but I mean we'll see what happens.
The only thing we can, we can differentiate the port voices, because Fox has a higher voice and Grayson has a lower voice.
It's also hard to do voices. trust me, I play a shit ton of fucking
Oh, yeah.
characters.
It,
So,
it
like,
will-
it gets
Yeah.
rough.
Just listen very carefully.
once
We'll
you're
make it.
once you're both have better mics and have more experience, it'll be easier.
Yeah, I've
Don't talk crap about my mic.
I've been playing D&D since I was 13, and I'm 31 now. So for me, voices and getting into mindsets of characters is very easy for me, only because
You've become the inverse of when you started.
yeah. But it's easy for me because I have that experience. You will eventually get that experience. It comes with time and feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
Thank you for
We're
letting me
here
know
open
that I
for
will be playing
players to
D&D.
experience new things.
Well,
But yes, we can continue for those who are keen and get stuff done today.
well, I don't believe we saw you on the ship earlier. I am Resh and Silver. My friends call me Resh.
A pleasure, Resh. It's probably up in the rigging, or, well, whenever you weren't sleeping, that is.
We also call him a love drunk fool. Oh wait, no, that's just me.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
I'm more right than I want
Always
to
room
be.
for love out on the seas.
Oh
And
no,
from-
not like
and
that,
from-
not like that, my friend. I'm married.
Well, congratulations. I myself am married to the sea.
You just see Cadros Cadros has that Tom and Jerry face. He just looks at you like, oh my god. You're telling a pirate you're married to the sea, so it's that fucking... You fucking what, mate?
She's a sailor, man.
So is Cadros.
Well, it's been lovely meeting you, Onda, but I do believe that we have somebody to meet.
Must we leave so soon? Why are we leaving?
Because we need to get paid, and you need whatever she was offering.
Yes, of course, priorities. Thank you.
Onda, will you be going around the festival? Perhaps we'll see you later.
Oh, of course. I just love being around for these.
Annoyances.
Your money's always around, but not these festivals. I'll be sure to see you.
Well, if you're looking for a ship, or to get the hell out of here as quick as possible, mate, Elix goes, we could use an extra hand, right, lads?
I suppose, if she's willing.
More company is always welcome.
My hands are idle, and I do love some new company.
As long as you don't have a disposition against doing things that might be morally bad.
I do.
Morally bad.
Wait, hold on.
Whoa.
I have an
Wait a
objection
minute.
to things morally bad.
Who
I
said
feel as though we should have spoken about this.
Yes, I didn't agree to this. Have I already done something morally bad?
He looks and goes,
No,
let's
We do a crime? Just like scared.
You are a fun lot.
As far as you know, you only went to a smuggler's hideout. You didn't do any crimes yet.
I'm
Can I
willing
keep
to go
doing a
wherever
checklist?
y'all. Willing to go wherever you take me on the sea.
I'm sorry, did the voice of God just assure us that we're going down the righteous path?
No,
Yeah.
I just said you haven't committed a crime yet.
Let's keep this 100% right.
By the laws of this land, you've committed no crime.
not yet.
Yet.
Well, he doesn't care about the laws of this land. Yeah,
Laws that anyone knows of.
absolutely. Caspian will lead the way back.
Alright.
Excitedly talking the whole time.
Yeah, since you're at the docking areas, it's not too far.
Am I going with them
feels
right
like
now or
a lot.
meeting back up with them later?
If your character wishes to go with them now and the party doesn't object, you can.
Uh, I think Onda will be fine for now, sticking with the festival for a bit, like he said, and meet up with them later. Should we arrange a time or something?
I mean, you can go. We can do your little part of the festival, and then because their is going to probably take a bit longer. If you want to see what the twirl does, so on the map, because you weren't here for this, you'll see certain icons that have certain marks on them. Each of these represent different kind of organizations or special individuals that you can meet and interact with for various things, such as jobs, knowledge, and things like that.
You know what this reminds me of? The eco-terrorist plant shop.
What?
No, you know, whenever I played as Ian, and
Oh.
you gave me a Bulbasaur.
That was not me. That was Renegade.
Right, it was a Renegade. Jeez, you were there. Sorry, you were there.
I was playing Engel. I was a cleric.
Sorry, I always think of you as my like D&D senpai.
I dragged
Yeah.
you in. That, to be fair, I
Yes,
did
you
drag
did.
you in, but that was not your first DM.
Renegade gave me a Bulbasaur there, but
Renegade gave you a
my
Bulbasaur.
mistake.
Yes. By the way, this is a visual map, basically, to get you an idea of what Wales Hollow kind of looks like. Of course, you could just go to the festival. There's a few events going on.
Well, Onda will definitely want to sightsee and just chat it up with people, especially at booths and stuff. The places of knowledge sound neat.
For places of knowledge, if you're like, what type of knowledge? Just natural knowledge, general knowledge,
I
or
think she'll like general knowledge, geo.
like, are you doing more like?
Geological knowledge, seafaring knowledge, stuff like that.
You probably go to the merchants area over here,
That sounds perfect.
notified by the blue.
You know what, Fox? I think the word you were looking for was geographical.
That's it.
Geological is like rocks.
That's it. I was trying to think that
you
time.
were-
I got you,
If
fam.
you're talking about general knowledge of what the area is like, you are. Give me a moment, because you guys are in the island of Jeltsia, an island known for storms and their jungles, along with a lot of swampland mixed in. It is the most western of the the four main isles. Sorry. And has a close tie to the elemental plant of water in this region.
You said Western, and the first image in my head was them in like 10-gallon hats with revolvers.
There are guns in this world. I would like to mention that. The military does have guns. They will shoot you.
Question: am I bulletproof?
No. You have your
I'm
AC.
not a
That's
Ninja
it.
Turtle then.
You are because of your ridiculously high AC.
Yeah.
Go AC.
But otherwise, no. Guns, you know... Actually, no. You're a native, so... You probably heard of what guns do. You never seen what they do.
Probably.
But from what you've been told, they mess with magic. That's most of it.
Ooh.
You are currently within the Draconian Order, a colony based on a paladin order theocracy of many different gods. But primarily are run by at least 10 paladins at a time. That kind of, I would say, rule over, but are definitely the, I guess, ministers of what goes on in the colony. It's very strict, but it's mostly to protect the people of this land, because the monsters of the island are very, very strong. Though, the monsters in Cordoba, which is the island with the giant mountain range, is where the monsters are more active. So that's your general knowledge. I can take you back out. This is what the map the general area, the regional area, looks like.
That little ship.
I was
Yes,
gonna bring it
little-
up earlier too. It looks so cute.
Don't make
Look,
fun.
I
Don't,
have to make some symbol to show off you guys are on the sea.
Is that
Nope.
drone on Caspian's face?
Yes.
Don't
I
make
need
fun-
one of you guys to act as the person.
don't make fun of my boat.
Anyway,
And
I
then
love
also
that.
streets that
it's a broken boat right now.
We need to actually make that drawing on Caspian's face canon. Someone needs to draw on his face while he sleeps.
someone can try.
There are a few contests going on currently.
Ooh. You have Onder's interest.
Primarily because it is early morning, there's only 3 main festivities going on. Primarily, there is a orange eating contest.
No scurvy here.
Can turtles eat oranges?
Yes.
Okay,
And
good to know.
There's apple bobbing. There is the peach archery contest, where instead of targets, judges and people will throw about 10 peaches up in the air, and for every one you can hit, you can cap the peach, basically.
Onder wants to bob for apples, but is she allowed to register? I feel like turtles might have an unfair advantage.
You can register.
Yes.
You're not a lizard folk. You can't hold your breath for an hour underwater.
I think I can actually.
Can you? I don't think turtles can do that, but I could be wrong. I've never played one. Turtles, yeah, they can hold their breath. I guess that would be cheating.
Plus,
but
I have the whole neck and beak thing going on. Oh, I actually got to drawing my character on the map.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they might blindfold you for it, but otherwise, you
What,
know.
is no one else going to be blindfolded?
To be fair, most of the natives that live in this town are furbogs, and they don't, they can't hold their breath for an hour underwater. So yeah. You'd probably be in the town proper. This is kind of more the military district you're in right now. So yeah, so you're going kind of to the apple bobbing place. There's a few others. There's a blue dragonborn. There's a gnome. You see a human, an elf, another furbog. They're kind of getting people ready, blindfolding them. You see a halfling who's just munching on like a green apple and goes, "All right." For anyone who last chance to see if anyone wishes to join the apple bobbing contest.
I would, sir.
Oh, whoa. But first, I'm a madam. Thing.
Sorry, sir. Madam.
It's all good.
She calls me sir.
You're a strange one, but anyone's allowed in. As they kind of grab a bucket, fill it with ice water, and then dump a bunch of apples in there. All right. So there'll be different levels for different apples. You keep what you bite into. Whoever gets the best one will get a small trophy.
Under claps her hands a couple times, all just like kind of cheery.
A lot of kids are kind of like, yay! You do get blindfolded, and you are placed in front of your bucket. as the gnome goes, "All right, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3." For this, you can roll survival as you try to grab the best apple.
That looks like a pretty good roll.
Yeah. Every the gnome grabs no apple because he just falls into the bucket.
Oh no, poor dude.
Everyone else gets a nice kind of bright red apple. The one of the humans gets a kind of nice, kind of yellow and red apple. And you claps your jaws on a fully golden looking apple. As people cheer and like, well, we have this nice turtle. Who won this year, people? And the kids go, yay! That one's big. Yeah, and so is the one holding it.
Alder puts her hands up in the air, kind of celebrate and like wave at the kids.
Yeah, the kids are enjoying it. They have like dried fruits they're biting into occasionally for food, and they're just kind of cheering. You kind of get the idea. Most of these festivals, at least early in the morning, are for the kids to enjoy. But you will be. But besides also getting a golden melody apple, which is a very sweet apple, you can kind of taste as a ration. They give you a little trophy, which is basically a small bronze statue of a apple.
Oh, I love it.
Did anyone else hear an echo?
I unmuted my roll 20. Okay, how about that?
That's
How's that?
better.
Okay, my
Sorry, I don't want to be mean. I just like, does anyone else hear that echo?
Yeah, I don't know how the roll 20 sound works. I was playing with my microphone icon
It's fine.
since we're in Discord chat.
At this point, we'll swap over to the docking area. As you all find the ship, it's not that hard, given it has a giant black pillar mast. So you all are able to find it, and a few people surprised you're back so early. But once they see you, I imagine everyone except for our turtle friend gets on, unless some people wish to stay behind for whatever reason.
And Kairos is definitely stepping on.
Yeah, but also
What was that?
we have a job to do, right? Let's go do it. Turn in. Job to do.
Does Resh and Sulfur also get on the ship?
Yes.
You're muted, Alejandro. Maybe something's going on with Resh. I don't know. But yes, the party walks on. You are led to kind of the hall you guys were in for. What the music area is? As you all are led into the hall, Captain Raka Darkpillar will sit down as you're all given a seat.
Well, how's it going, Mother?
You tell me. You're here early.
Yeah, trust me, I wish it was not the case.
Have to do with that massive watery explosion we saw off on the coast.
In a way, yes.
Oh, it was that big? Makes me feel pretty cool for surviving it.
Mm. She kind of sits back going, so you were in the area. I see.
Of course, Mother, you gave us a job and we saw it through. The best we could. That brings us onto an issue.
Well, I see you're missing one of your partners.
Yeah. Well, that kind of stretches into the issue.
Yes, we lost Cyclone. He was a very good friend.
So, what happened?
You see, like when you say a very good friend, Vincent just looks at you like,
Sulfur doesn't notice.
The main problem, Mother, was that somebody beat us to the gunpowder. Somebody dangerous. A man who, if I can be 100% honest, had many, many mouths for honor. He controlled the dead.
There's many armor designs, son.
He looks and goes, Mother, he controlled undead like they were puppets.
So it was some necromancer.
No clue. He
Listen, that is a simplification of what we experienced.
he
He
goes,
called himself Telemachus,
the herald,
herald
the herald of them all.
A lot of hunger talk, that one.
Her face kind of scrunches up when you tell her that name.
Yeah, that was my reaction as well.
It's just a being you're familiar with, Mother.
No. She kind of scratches her chin. It's an odd name.
Well, let's put it this way. We threw what we could at him, and he laughed through it.
Hmm. You all have any way to prove these claims?
She kind of looks and goes, unfortunately, we don't have anything of his to prove it, but you know well enough I would not lie to you on such a matter. I know it happens to people who lie to you.
There's also the rather concerning fact that the place where the camp was is now several miles underwater.
Well, that wasn't Telemachus. That would look like a dragon's hand in that one.
Ugh, so many fucking things happening all at once.
These islands aren't peaceful, lad. If you wanted to go somewhere nice, should have gone to Durkagi.
Well,
Oh, Mother, let's be honest here. He kind of looks and goes, we did go in right before monsoon season, so nice was
Yeah.
never going to be a thing.
You're not going to get us out far anyway. The monsoon season starts next week, so not a lot of places to sail to, even if we wanted to.
Look, mother, I understand your skepticism, and if you don't wish to pay us because you don't believe us, we completely understand. But this is the
No,
truth. There is.
you. No, you're all gonna get paid. I promise that. I can see the land got kind of blown up by one of them sea dragons or sea serpents. But the whole thing about this Telemachus, it don't feel right with me. I don't very much believe such a person can exist. It sounds a bit more like a fairy tale cryptid of some sort.
Well, I guess we'd best start reading up on a few because we just fucking lived through one.
Indeed, mother. This Telemachus. This was. Can we speak in your quarters? Privately.
If you're gonna speak it here.
Resh. I think Capone needs to tell her what he knows.
And you're certain she won't ask too many questions about that?
He looks over at his mother and goes, "Mother, would you be willing to listen to the words of an imp who might know more about this than even we do?"
She kind of stares at you, Cadros, and then you, Resh. And like, it's not the I'm gonna kill you. It's the
Fucking what?
are you fucking serious?
He looks and goes, "Look, trust me, I had my skepticisms as well, but this being is something terrifying, and if goes, it's good to know what's out there." And he looks at Resh and goes, "Just don't raise a sword to Capone. He is a friend." Resh, go ahead.
Rush nods, slowly reaches for his hat. Capone, please don't do anything too insane. She's just meeting you, and tosses his hat in the air.
Okay, you toss your hat in the air, and it falls. You
Mother-
face a little bit.
Motherfucker, I will disincorporate you again!
You grab the hat.
Yes.
As you're kind of looking at it, just a normal hat.
That fucking...
You know, like
I will out fresh. It is a God's holiday today.
Karis just looks at the hat. You know, Capone, mate. I thought you were cool.
When I find you, I'm going to wring your neck so fucking hard you'll wish you were back in the fucking pits.
Demons, can't trust them. But anyway,
Devils.
I'm gonna make
Devils.
he's an
He's
imp.
a devil.
He's an imp, though.
I want to make a joke because it's a holiday, so it's a holy day.
Yeah, it's don't. Yeah, Karis just sighs.
There is an actual reason he's not coming out right now. You don't know what it is, though.
He looks and goes, "Mother, I might be somebody who enjoys the seas, enjoys tall tales. I have not been one to tell them. You know that. I've always been honest with you and what's happened." Besides, I know it happens to people who lie to you.
As we already went through this, lad, I understand. I can't get anyone to look into this man myself, even though I work for the Order currently. I, even if I did believe you about everything you say, even though a lot of it does not make sense. And she kind of looks at Rush, and even if one of you did have a demon or devil one was colluding with, they would not even listen to me if such was the case, unless you had proper evidence about such a creature.
Wait, is there? It kind of goes. Telemachus left. That's a fair assumption given the state of the island.
You saw him grab Cyclone, and it's on an island. Well, your eyes are on an island, but that specific part was not a. It, basically, taking you to the big map for a moment.
The GTFO'd.
Yeah. You guys were here.
Yep.
So, unless he was able to teleport via a circle, he would still be on the island. As far as general magic knowledge is, you would have to get more. I would have to ask for Arcana rolls or anything more specific. General magic, it makes sense that he's still on the island.
But he left the cave.
It was not a cave. You were basically in a bog.
But he left that, from what we can tell.
Yes, with Cyclone.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way, Mother. Be on the lookout for a man with red armor and mouths coming out of the armor.
And one big fuck off act.
If you see him, please turn the other way. Get out of there as quick as possible.
Well, son, if you really think he is such a big threat, maybe you and your friend should look for it. Either way.
Like I said, if we're going to run into him again and something tells me we will, whether we want to or not, we're going to need 3 things in specific. Magic, weapons, and money. Currently, we're short of all 3.
If we're going to get anywhere, Rash, first off, we need a functioning ship.
That too.
Oh, and before I forget, Mother, listen, he goes, Captain Wicks is the man whose crew saved our lives.
Well, I'll thank him for it if I become across him. Though, buying your own ship will be a lot of money. Because I don't think, out of character, I don't think you told her about the fact you got a ship, quote unquote.
He looks and goes, well, I did acquire a sloop.
She kind of raises an eyebrow. You ran away from supposedly a great monster and grabbed the ship while you were out.
He looks and goes,
It was there.
yeah,
It's broken now, but it was there.
oh yeah, it's broken beyond all belief.
What's broken about it?
Since we came in on Wix's ship, I'm sure he left our sloop there.
Like I said, they got someone to drag it onto land so it could be repaired once you guys get the cash for it.
Yeah, he looks and goes, let's put
From
this...
what you remember, parts of it are broken. It still can float on water, but the mast is gone and the rudder is mostly broken.
Yeah, he looks and goes, mast and runner is a little fucked, Mother.
She kind of nods her head and kind of thinks about it. And she'll basically say, well, you'll still take of it to fully repair it.
I would
It's a
prefer.
slow.
You can't lose
You're
for
doing just the basics.
I would prefer something bigger, but that would require a crew.
Well, if it's just the rudder and the masts that are broken, it would take some time, but you could probably fix it for a platinum. Full repair, platinum and 500 gold.
This just look like. Um,
The only way to get it done cheaper is either to help the guild work with the government.
Hey, Mom. Like he has
Should
this.
certainly do that. I suggest that.
Work with a guild.
Well, there are the
Some
two
figure of
guilds.
authority.
If we're talking about the idea, there is the Monster Hunters Guild, the Adventurers Guild. There's no major military figure nearby, but there is Captain Orspan.
Cadros looks. There is a captain nearby. What if we sailed under your flag, Mother? Temporarily, of course.
Snorts. You could, but well, you're not under direct contract with the government like I am. Even then, I would not be sailing anywhere for the time. The flood tide's only 2 days away. We have to make sure all the ships here are properly battened down. The walls don't have any leaks.
But I mean, like, couldn't you put it in a word, send word to the government that a ship under your flag is venturing out?
Maybe when you get to ship order, even then, they would expect you to work directly with them. So unless you wish to take jobs from paladins, kind of looks at you, Cadros.
Yeah, nodding his head happy, like, yes, that sounds like a lovely idea.
But if we're talking about short-term benefits, like I say, there's the Monster Hunting Guild, the Adventuring Guild, or, like I said, you could get work from technically the God of Captain Orspan. He is the leading government official besides the mayor. But if I'm going to be honest, I think he's the better suited for your ship. You could get work directly from the mayor, but he's a lazy lad.
Aren't most politicians, Mother?
We do not terribly care for lazy. He says it like it's a horrible word, like it's a sinful word. Lazy.
Otherwise, you
Shudders
could always.
back.
I'm sure you could always go with the Merchants Guild. They'll always need someone to protect the merchandise. There's the Spellweavers Guild, but I don't think they'll have any jobs for you personally. Then there's the Arcanist Guild. They might have jobs they need reagents or special things captured.
Well, mates, what do you think?
Quite a few choices.
Well, luckily, because Wales Hollow this is a major agricultural port for Drakenrest, the nearby capital, there's a bunch of centralization here, is I guess the best word to say. Otherwise, you can always try heading to some of the other nearby regions.
Problem is, we still need our ship to be in working order.
Our ship needs money, so
Well, there's always the nearby towns. If you can't get a ride to Drakenrest, there's Iron Den, that mining town.
What about that temple to the northeast?
yes, nothing goes wrong in a temple.
Yeah, can we please?
I
avoid
don't know
temples?
about that.
Oh, I
It's
love
Several
something
things
more.
go wrong in temples, Caspian. For one
Nothing
thing,
goes wrong in
some
the
clerics
right?
are not as celibate as they would like you to believe.
That's not the
What
temple
is
of
that?
the. That's
What
not a
is that?
temple of the flowers or the dragons, lad. That's a temple of his people. She kind of points to Caspian. They worship the water god. I think that's what you people call it.
Worship is it's a term, I suppose.
Oh, no, I
Just
wasn't meaning to insinuate like any
Wait,
personal disrespect to any churches. It's just that, in my experience, people suck.
mother, you said to
your feelings are valid, and that's totally okay.
water gods, mother.
Well, the natives have their own water god. It's I think you worship a shark. She kind of looks at
That is one
Caspian.
embodiment of the Leviathan. But yes.
Hmm. Either way, it was built long ago by the natives of these lands. It's a holy site for them. Otherwise, I've never been there myself.
Do do you think I could get answers from this?
She shrugs. Not the cleric lad.
I just saw
Is that
that.
temple currently operated, or has it been abandoned?
No, as far as I know, people should be living there. The government, the paladins, had an agreement with the natives when they started colonizing the area to bring peace by allowing their religion to still be there, and by giving medicine in terms of safe passages to areas and food originally.
I won't lie.
So far as I know, the area is still considered a neutral ground for them.
I just saw that Alejandro sent me a hydrate.
He looks at
Drink.
Cosmos and he says, well,
Time.
if that temple is currently operated, there would be a good chance someone there would have a better understanding of such, divinity and such things. Mine is a much more personal understanding, as opposed to the theological.
From what I know, some Futterbogs currently residing in the area as the resident. I guess priests,
I'll be right back.
though, from what I'm told, he comes and goes, more or less.
Such is the way of, well, Leviathan worshippers and whatnot. Not terribly keen on schedules, fortunately. As it is, comrades, how do we feel about particular guild associations and the like? It's all very new to me.
Going back to the main map, there is this over here, which is the Adventurers Guild. The
We
Monster
get this,
Guild, the Merchants Guild.
labeled, texty-wise?
Text-wise, no, but I could.
Words over it, because I will forget. My memory is not that.
I'll do initials. I'll do initials.
Okay, that's cool.
I figure if we at least just, put the names of each guild just in the chat so that we know these guilds exist,
I'm gonna swear they are.
Yeah, where they are is what he's asking.
Oh, yes, okay.
Let's see here, I'll do it in bright red letters.
Ooh, good. Jarring.
There is the Monster Hunters Guild up there.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that works perfectly.
Adventurers Guild. The Merchants Guild. The Mage Guild over here. The Spellweavers over here. Guard over here. And the Mayor over there. Kind of gotta zoom in a little bit, but
That's okay. with quite a few options, we should perhaps settle on what we are hoping to get out of this. It has been said a few times. What was it? I say gold, uh, weapons, and magic. Well, it seems like
Speaking
as though these guilds can offer us varying degrees of each of these things.
A working ship off this island too.
Well, speaking of
Well-
gold, you all because sulfur's not sulfur, cyclone. Sorry, I missed cyclone. Because cyclone's not here, the gold was not divided by 5, but at 4, so everyone gets 100 gold as part of your payment.
Hey, you guys.
In Caspian, because you specifically were trying to get some knowledge, you would have been told specifically that in one of the city-states, apparently there was an auction for an ancient stone slab.
Return the slab.
Specifically of Einsmith, a pirate port.
Ooh. Say the word, bro. Say the word.
Yeah. At the point in time upon which he hears this, oh, thank you, spelling, because I spelled that very wrong. Yeah, at the point in time upon which he learns this, he does become a bit dour for a moment or two.
I marked it
for
on the map.
crossing.
It is this one over here. I especially marked
Yes.
it. Yes, the black marks either mean city-state or pirate port. You guys have to
becomes a
find
bit-
out which is which.
a bit introspective for a moment as his mind goes somewhere far away.
So far, she only knew the one. So
Anything is
Supposedly-
appreciated.
So there was, as I said, there was a auction over there. I'm gonna roll to see if she has any more knowledge of what happened. She does not know who bought it. She does know that supposedly they were not a native of the area. So you're looking for a colonial race, aka like the humans, the dwarf, dragonborn, anything that's not animal-like.
Mammals.
Yeah.
Luxodons, because they're not from here.
No. And supposedly they were some sort of mage. That's the only information you know. It was someone, it was a race not native to this colony, were not from the area, and were a mage. That's the most you know. You would have to go there specifically to find out.
That's good. Yeah, thank you.
She did promise information. Mostly because you don't tell people that you weren't supposed to tell people, at least in detail, why you guys were doing the job. Because gunpowder, she gets gunpowder as part of her deal, but she was getting extra, basically
It
from the
all worked
smuggler.
out okay.
Yeah. In the end, she didn't get the gunpowder, and the smugglers are dead. But you know, you got your information for.
I'm sure
you
it
know,
won't
not-
come up again.
Yeah, I'm sure it won't come up again.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
like I
Again.
said, you do have the guard over here, who technically are an extension of the military of the colony.
Well,
Again, you do have the Mage Guild over here, the Spellweaver Guild, the Monster Hunting Guild, the Adventuring Guild, and the Merchants Guild, with Mayor over here. That is your knowledge of the local area.
Okay.
All these businesses are still open, I should say, even if it's a festival. So, if you guys wanted to work with anything, you could.
You could also strike out to go to other places to look for other jobs, or you could even head up to that old temple area that Thio's character pointed out. I do think it probably is a better idea for you guys to grab Fox's character as you discuss this. You know, just so they're a part of the conversation. Besides that, you all are free to decide what you guys want to do.
No doubt.
Yeah.
As a reminder, you all got 100 gold.
Yep. Already.
A platinum piece is 1,000 gold. Just for knowledge when it comes to fixing your ship.
What's that? It's
There are
10
ways to
gold?
make it cheaper, but I'm not going to give you all the answers.
Well, no.
Well,
Sulfur raises his hand.
Yes?
yes.
What
yes,
is it?
May I speak?
Yeah, you don't
yes,
need to raise
of
your
course.
hand.
Yes, sorry, I was told not to speak to the captain, just in case I said something that she wouldn't believe. I think I did a good job. But yes, I think while we consider what we want to do, I think we might as well go see the carnival. Yeah, at least that way we can enjoy ourselves while we consider what we'll do next.
I suppose we ought to do for a bit of downtime after everything that's happened.
How's work?
Sulfur shifts around on his feet, not doing a very good job of hiding his excitement to go check out the carnival.
Fresh just smiles as Sulfur starts acting like a little kid.
Sure.
As I
Also-
said, so you again mark this down on your sheet. You all did get paid 100.
Like, this should
You have a plus 100 to your gold.
Yep, already added mine. Is there... Yeah, I actually just... I want to make sure there's not
Just
some
taking,
other way of doing this that I'm not aware of. All I did was go to my pouch and just put an extra 1 in front of my money.
Yeah, if you have 10 gold, you just need to put one in front of it, I guess.
Okay, cool.
The only
Yeah, just
person who didn't
I
get
gotta get
100
back
gold
to the
is Fox's character, who I gave extra gold to already. So,
Do you
not
even
that
have
far
to do
behind.
anything?
My character had a job before today, so I mean I made money. You don't get to tell me that I'm broke like you fools.
Yes, please. Also, dude.
Alright. Were we gonna head out to the carnival? Did anyone have anything else to say?
If you wish to head to the festivities, that is quite all right. But I do have some leads I'd like to follow in regards to this guild situation. Best to go while the
Damn
what
it.
is it they say? The iron is hot. Yes, that's the one.
Well, that is certainly a term of phrase, but
I actually agree, mate. Should we check out the Adventurers Guild? Last time I checked, they said we all need to be there for people who want to register.
yes. Well,
again,
Be
Just so,
favorable towards the gods. Working with the local military is perhaps the best way to get the weapons we need, and perhaps procure one of their ships in time.
I'd rather not to work with the military, honestly.
Which is
Me
completely understandable in the situation.
I don't want to be mean when I say this, but I would like you guys to Fox's character so he can be a part of the conversation. So he'll be a part of this,
Yes.
adventure.
Don't leave the turtle out.
Yeah, the total wasn't there
Okay.
for that part of the
Catherine goes to the other room, drags Tortle over. Tortle now here.
I imagine you guys go into town, and it wouldn't be that hard to find Fox's character.
Yeah, I figure we're
On
talking
that.
and walking.
Coming in at 5 foot tall.
As you guys find on the
you see like a bunch of kids have made onto like a few flower crowns.
Oh my God,
There's a
it's
few.
adorable.
There's a few tulips. Uh, one just made a flower crown out of dandelions. Primarily, many of the flower crowns are like honeysuckles because that is the flower of Krila.
I'm
That is her holy
devouring
symbol.
his skull. Character.
As they see the party approach, a few of the kids kind of laugh and run off back to their parents.
That is such miscreant behavior.
These little rascals can tear shop up or something.
Where's
But it's also a
where's
sign
our
this
weapons?
But it's also a sign this place is very peaceful, more or less. If kids are able to run around without much fear.
All right. Onda sees them coming and gets up. Oh, friends! look what the children made me.
So
I
for
see they
ways
slew
back.
many plants to give you. Interesting trophy.
Ah, yes, I wanted apple bombing. A delightful game.
Ah, well,
Apple
congratulations on your win.
Apple bobbing. That sounds quite interesting. Maybe you can show me how to do it.
Oh, it's easy. They put apples in water and you stick your head in and try to get them with your mouth.
Why would you not just use your hand?
That's not the point of the game.
It's more challenging. Very
But-
weird game, but fun, challenging.
He struggles with trying to understand this concept of doing something not the best way.
Sulfur,
He does everything perfectly.
Sulfur puts his hands on his snout. The head of the great jackal will aid me well in this endeavor.
You just stick Sulfur's head in there, it becomes a hot tub.
Mr. Rust.
All just rust now.
But yeah. Do you guys talk to Onda about what you guys have planned?
Well, actually, on the we're currently lacking in our own party.
We
would
have
you
no
be
funds
at
or
all
ship.
opposed
Ah.
to maybe selling with us for a time? I understand that you were recently let go, maybe, or
Oh, would I love to? I'm ready for my next job.
well, that does
Okay.
what. Whatever your hands can carry.
No, that doesn't sound like a deal.
Oh, this poor summer child.
What sort of job is it? Cargo, trade, hunting.
Mate,
Honda.
we're just sailing.
Just
For now.
whatever jobs we come by.
No, pretty much.
Yep.
That sounds quite alright to me.
Well, seems we have a fifth.
Much easier than expected, to be honest.
Yes.
Well, hopefully this one won't leave Caspian like a cyclone did.
I'm sorry, what?
What
I
about?
don't believe, as I recall, Cyclone did not leave of their own choosing.
He looks and goes with the slads, mate. With the slads.
Ah, yes, that was just like he almost looks upset. He stops it. That was unfortunate.
Yes.
Perhaps you can all fill me in on whatever this background is once we're at sea.
I would love to.
Yes.
Sulfur was totally ready to tell Onda about the fight against the sluts.
As it is, we do have a current task ahead of us. Some of us, I believe, are splitting up, I think, to peruse the city for its resources.
Yes.
Not quite sure
Uh,
where we're all going yet.
Well, we need money. We need a job.
I did point out all the places you could go.
Yes.
Yep.
We need money,
getting
we need
there.
weapons, we need magic, and we need a proper way to repair our ship.
As you were
well,
told,
I don't know.
a
Sorry.
basic repair of the ship, basically the mast and the rudder, so it could be seaworthy, would be 1 platinum. But to get it fully refurbished, so basically like everything is in tip-top shape, which include the panels, the siding of the ship, making sure it's all waterproof, would be about 1.5 platinum, which is 500 gold.
Okay.
So it's not. So most likely you won't make it all in one sitting. But depending on who you work for and what type of jobs you do, either be paid more, you could get connections that make it cheaper over time. There's a lot of ways to go around. The people like, I'm just gonna say this, from what your knowledge is, the people who are least likely to give you a job are the spell weavers over here. These are the people who make magic items, so most of the time if they need resources, they would ask higher, out of character, higher level adventurers, but basically more well-known adventurers in character.
Right.
Because the more level you are, the more well-known you are in the world. Level 4 is kind of like this starting point for you all, so your names
Will soon start being talked about, but for now, you're mostly known from Dark Pillar.
Okay.
So.
Yes, well, again, there is the, as I mentioned before, the guard situation. We could establish a rapport with the city, make use of their tools, make use of the shipments that they operate within to hopefully cheapen the cost of such a thing. I say, altogether, rather gold and weapon focused, magic, I believe. But we do have some moral constraints about such a thing among members of the party, so that is perhaps the facet of that.
While weapons are a priority, they are not our top priority. Right now, our top priority is repair supplies and money. Lots of money.
I would also like to mention there are technically in the Draconian Order, while you're close to the capital, there are 2 other regions within the area of the Draconian Order. There's also the native lands. You also could go into the unexplored lands or the city-states. There's a lot of opportunity, but if we're talking about the closest, what's local on the map that I've shown you is what's there for you.
That for gold itself might well be monster hunting, as that is a dangerous and capable sort of task, and is thus likely, as I understand it, paid with reciprocity to that aspect.
And to be fair, it could offer us monster parts that we could sell for more.
And doing
return.
such a thing would be a good deed of right to rid the surface of such evil things.
Sure,
Troubling
mate.
things.
Sure, mate. That too.
I feel as though that your heart was not in that.
What are you talking about? Of course it was. I am both wounded and insulted that you didn't think it was.
Just stares, deadpan. Right, well, moving along from that. Any other suggestions of where to head? I do believe we have the temple for Kadros' personal quest, yes.
Well,
Well, it's not like the.
It's less a quest and more curiosity on my part.
It's also not like the temple's going anywhere, mate.
Yes.
He's
To be entirely honest, the only reason I was at all interested is because I thought it might be housing a cult, but it seems it was just a lesser known religion.
Do you really hate that cults that much, mate?
Resh just looks at Kadros. I have seen some fucked up shit. Most of it was perpetrated by a certain demonic cult. And then there was the one cult I thought was actually nice, but was just raging high on succubitic orgies.
Sounds about right. Cults are quite nefarious infections in society.
Sulfur puts a hand to his heart. But, friends, what about me?
You are not a cult.
Yeah,
You're not technically in a cult. You're a ratified religion, and we at least know what your beliefs are, and it's not inherently destructive.
All right, what beliefs do he believe in, Resh?
What?
What do you know of his religion?
Not a lot, but I know that this. No, not a lot, but I know that they burn pirate plates.
Yeah,
I
but
know. I'm being a little asshole there. That's a.
I kept thinking of the burning hand.
flame,
Well, sorry if I messed that up.
well,
No, it's
flame
fine.
hound is a choice to make. It is not necessarily a wrong choice. It's, if that's for you, it's fine.
Well,
I don't dislike the people in those systems. I dislike the systems themselves. They are predatory in a way that makes me feel disgusted on a level which I cannot bring to words.
well, mates.
Well, yes, the Great Jackal is a predator, but I think
Actually,
it's
No, my friend. This is a much different kind of predation. Remember what I told you back on that beach. You must learn to think beyond your doctrine.
Just
For while
like,
it may have answered so many, it will not have all of them.
just like this, mate.
okay.
Resh needs to think outside of his wife. No, whoever gives you your abilities.
Nope. Hey. My wife might be a major aspect of my life, but she's not my whole fucking reason for being.
Wait, can we make a cult for Resh's wife?
No!
None
well,
of you have met her.
I'm sure there's one out there.
You guys don't know anything about Rush's wife other than the fact that he loves her more than life itself, so...
Oh no!
And he
no.
thinks that's very nice.
Yeah. Cadros looks and goes, after all, she's a lovely lady. Most of them do have followers.
Tell me about it. I think I've had to kill more than a few of them.
That's toxic and not healthy, mate.
Oh no, I've had to kill those followers because they wouldn't leave her the fuck alone even after we were married. So...
That's problematic, I understand.
Yeah.
Cooperate on that, what is it? Singular, the one person thing, right? I think so.
I'm sorry, I could not understand you.
Never mind, it is nothing. Like, he's just, like, very, kind of confused in the moment.
So, mates.
Shakes his head, hand to his temple.
Alright, lads and lasses, to the Monster Hunter
things to
Guild.
do.
To the Monster Hunter Guild first, then. Let's get ourselves a job.
I would not disprove of
Alright.
The first job, kill a slot.
that. Oh, we did that!
Already done!
Good job, us.
Killed the spawn too.
Kill the mother and the child.
Yes, we are very
That's about
experienced.
right.
Killed the
acrobatics.
child!
was not a child, it was a parasite. The difference is small, but it is noticeable.
One gets you hate.
I killed the baby parasite.
There you go. Haha.
One
Yes.
brings conflict. The other one is just a parasite. Oh god, there's moral talks in that statement. Thanks, Vio.
Caspian just leading the way happily to the monster slayer place.
Just you hear Cadros behind you. Tell everybody we're on. Oh.
I suppose we could tell everybody, but wouldn't that create conflict? Then they would wish to be here as well.
You guys, your group did not march to music, did you?
Sound does not carry well underwater.
Actually, it carries very well because they're waves.
Not for song. Well, for Aquan song, but that does not quite translate well here.
Cadros, or Caspian, you are adorable. I hope you know that.
I don't know how to feel about that.
You sure are an interesting lot.
As I understand it, that means non-friendly. Is that an insult?
Not an insult.
He
At
gives Caspian a wink.
What was
Like-
that?
Like that, just that.
What was that half blink you just did?
Just that. Let
It was intentional, wasn't it?
You figure out what
I
it
will
means, mate.
say, because it's fun. Anda,
Because Caspian kind of does proudly show off what he wears,
Oh,
and
yes.
I believe you did talk a little bit in public about the Leviathan, a little bit, you know. So Anda, you would recognize a fellow worshiper of the same god pretty easily from this.
You said from what he was wearing too. What's he wearing?
Caspian primarily is an open sea paladin, so he's a lot of sea-related stuff on him
Just
besides
sea-related.
being a trident.
He's got
Like,
barnacles where
there's
he,
armor there, but it's all sort of like a natural make. And
You
especially near the joints, there's open space of netting, so that he can move flexibly and swim.
Yeah. It's also because paladins do have holy symbols too, of some sort
Right.
usually. What this holy symbol that Caspian wields, that's up to Caspian because as a god of nature and the elemental water, it doesn't have a set holy symbol. So long as it's related to the god, it could be up to anything, whatever Caspian has on him.
So if it looks
Um,
sea related, and since he's a paladin, she can guess that. Oh, that must
Yeah.
be.
It also, most of the people in this region worship Leviathan when it comes to the native religion, such as yourself. So,
I'll have to think about what his holy symbol is, because I haven't given it much consideration.
yeah. I mean, I'm just allowing this because, again, you two kind of worship the same entity, and you're both natives, so this is something you could pick up from each other, probably.
Oh god.
Yes.
Well, it's because you've had more.
If it meant
Your
across
cultures
the bar.
have had more experiences rubbing off on each other than the newer cultures that have kind of popped up and taken residence in the area. So, generally, plus Anda is magical. No one knows that they're a druid yet, but you know,
Can't
Anda's
just walk
magical.
up to somebody and ask what your class is. That's rude.
Right?
Yeah.
You
I
get a
just
big old
wanted-
turtle slap to the face. Just lose your whole
I
face.
wanted to bring it up in case you guys wanted to have some unique RP about that. Given a choice, but if neither of you two want to RP about that, we can just go to the Monster Hunting Guild.
I don't know. I don't really feel like I don't feel like Ondo would bring it up right now.
All right, it's fine. It's always something to come up later.
That'd be fun. As you guys go to the Monster Hunting Guild, so for one, their building is an actual coliseum.
Do 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 do.
Um,
very different above the waves. Much more to it.
You kind of see, you don't see a lot of people coming in and out today. But you definitely do see
the warrior types around. A lot of them have not traditional gear too. A lot of them have basically monster hunting gear. The fact that one has an actual jaw of some creature as like a great club of some sort. Another has daggers made of teeth, and there's one guy who has harpoons made of giant fish bones as kind of examples in there. As you enter, you would see a few people coming, going. You would see one person, kind of with a trolley, is the best way I can describe it. One of those push trolleys. Has what is a giant fish on it, about the size of two people, kind of being pushed towards the back of an area. As you see a few receptionists, primarily they're the open one though is a very tall red tiefling man. Kind of like with the token art. It does seem to be a very kind of light day on business, given the fact it is a festival. Does everyone approach the desk area?
Yes.
Yes.
Indubitably.
So all you approach, this tiefling individual would kind of look up and go,
I've never seen your lot around here.
When
No,
you met.
or from off island.
Well, we're new here, mate. Just looking for some work.
Oh, you wish to join the guild? I see.
He looks and goes, is there a trial program, like we see how the guild operates, and if we don't like it, we're free to leave?
Well, the guild here is mostly off hands when it comes to things, so long as you don't commit crimes. Primarily, you take your jobs from us, we get a cut of the pay, but the rest goes to you.
No,
We primarily take a 20% cut to make sure none of these jobs, well, misinform you and that they are up to standard. Such as, not sending you out to fight a lich. Little joke there. Liches aren't monsters, they're technically people, but... So that doesn't fall in the purview of the Monster Guild. Most of what you'll be fighting here are beasties, or the monstrous life forms of Tira.
That makes sense to me.
So you get your cut for the service you do finding these jobs for us. Anta's genuinely checking. She's curious.
Yes. We also provide room and board for wherever you go. As he kind of pulls out what is the guild card to kind of show this, as he kind of taps a symbol. This is a very low-ranking guild card, but this symbol over here will allow you, as part of a tab to taverns and hospices, to allow at least free room and at least a simple meal and drink. We cannot have our people going hungry and cold at night, after all. Otherwise, anything more than a simple drink and food, or a place to just rest, you will have to pay out of pocket yourself. We do Also have an exchange for those who bring in monster parts and wish to sell them. Or for those who collect monster parts, we can have certain blacksmiths expertise in building with monsters and beast parts to build gear for you.
So, if I may, mate, is this like locked behind a rank wall? Like, do I have to do more
Certain
jobs?
jobs will, yes.
Or like,
But as you prove yourself to the guild, you will be given more opportunity.
well, like,
For now,
what if like he kind of like looks and goes, what if we kill something that's not on the guild's radar, but like, let's say we ran into a dragon down the way and managed to kill it by some miracle.
so long as you can bring proof that you've killed it, we can tally it amongst your labors. But if you wish to, since you are all seemingly of some strength, we also could have a trial by combat. Otherwise, you will be starting in the first rank, which is the bone rank. After that, there is bronze, the silver, gold, and the platinum rank.
Being entirely honest, I don't think we're going to be able to do much beyond bone rank for now.
Well, hold on, mate. Let's try by combat. If we lose it, we'll just put in bone rank, correct?
Yes.
So,
But if you prove to be of strength and valor, you would be automatically put in the bronze rank. Not to be mean, but I do not see you going further than that.
well, mates, let's try it. Worst case scenario, we're just going to be where we're at now.
Well, if we join this guild, would we be blocked out of joining other guilds? Should we have a look at the others first?
You would be under contract to take jobs, not just from us, but anything you do. If you do not take jobs from us within the accordance of 3 months after a successful job, you would be contacted as a warning. That's not to say you cannot take jobs from other people, but as a part of being with the contracting, it is expected that you at least attempt a job every so often from us.
So, I think what's
What about
my...
extenuating circumstances? Like, say there's an emergency, or we're in some kind of coma, or we get dimensionally separated.
Or more than likely, we're just on the ocean.
In such a circumstance, we can waiver something. But, as I stated, at least early on, you need to take a few jobs from us so the guild can trust you and bring in the long term. Should you prove yourself, the waiver of the 3 months jobs can be taken off. But early on, it at least is expected after a point of recovery to take another job.
So is there mate, a issue if we also take work from the Adventurers Guild per se?
So long as you're properly contracted, no.
So we could technically be a part of both guilds, working with both guilds, as long as we don't take jobs that screw over one guild or the
Yes,
other.
there is a problem of the rankings for each guild. As just because you are a bronze here does not make you a bronze in the Adventurers Guild.
No, of course not, mate. I understand.
Plus, it does bring in the weird issue of kind of leans in inter-guild politics. The guilds aren't always seeing eye to eye with each other.
Well, let's put it this way, mate. We're not looking for politics. We're looking for freedoms.
Well, if I'm giving you my honest opinion, yes.
Continue
Again,
with the bubbles.
if I'm being honest, it's probably better to pick one guild long term to stay with. After all, if you go in the rankings of that guild, again, you'll be more trusted and more resources will be given to your projects, I guess you could say, depending on what those projects are.
Well, thank you, mate. He's gonna look over at the party and just goes, group huddle, bring it in.
Andre just taking up a bunch of space and
Sulfur eagerly puts his hands around the shoulders of whoever's next to him. The two people next to him.
Cadros pulls Caspian in against his will.
Oh, what is this? Ah, we are very close.
So, alright, lads and lass. What do you think? Should we just go in blindly to the monster hunters? We'd probably get a lot of interesting parts, or should we go see what the adventurers have?
Well, I suppose that entirely depends on the job, but I think we should at least consider perhaps joining both.
I can give out of character knowledge that, again, you could join both, but because of how early on
Politics work is that you basically the trial period is you guys have to take a job from each every 3 months. Some jobs can take a long time, but after you prove themselves, after a few successful jobs, they take away that kind of trial period. But again, you would be caught in basically politics of the guilds, which is a lot of legalese.
yeah,
But-
if we do more than one at once, we'll be hard pressed to maintain our licenses or our standing for each, and because we won't be dedicating to time to just one, it'll take longer to get better standing, better rewards.
Yeah.
Even though we'll be getting 2 jobs at once, there'll be 2 lower quality jobs that
Yes,
will be
but-
stretched between.
I also like
Yes,
to mention that
let's-
the Adventuring Guild will have you kill people sometimes. Usually bandits and the such, but, you know, sometimes even the guild can get information wrong. With the Monster Hunter Guild being focused primarily on just monsters. Adventuring Guilds do a lot of different jobs.
Let's
I'm
think
not-
about this for a minute. Let's think about this for a moment. Though we do have experience in combat, we also have a wider range of specialties. For example, I have my own investigative particularities.
I'm a hell
And
of a
while I
sailor.
do, yep, and while I do believe that the Monster Hunter Guild will certainly be good if we want to kill things and get parts fast, I don't really think we need monster parts at this exact moment in time.
If y'all take the preference of a newcomer, I'm partial to adventuring over monster hunting.
Let's consider the resources that such would give us as well, not merely the tasks themselves. The long term, as they say.
Yes.
Long term, and I will state this again, the Monster Hunting Guild has access to blacksmiths who specialize in monster parts. These can be used for armor, weapons, items, or objects. So, technically, and this is out of character knowledge, you could, if you were at least starting at bronze tier, could have monster parts added to your ship,
So, Cadros is gonna
as an example.
Cadros is gonna look at the party.
The Adventuring Guild, though, has access to black powder.
So,
Doesn't
Well-
specifically mean you're getting guns, but it does have access to black powder.
well, mates, worst case. Look, if we do both, we have access to blacksmiths who can make some really interesting weapons. And then we have the Adventurers Guild have their own thing. So worst case scenario, we don't do nearly as much work for the Monster Hunter Guild or the Adventurers Guild, and oh no, we're kicked out. Well, we weren't doing work for them anyway, so what's the big loss? You just find out which one we feel more inclined to do work for.
Well,
Or
that's
we
the thing though. Which do we need more? Monster parts or black powder?
I will say you would have to get higher up in the rankings in the Adventure Guild to get access to that black powder.
hang on.
If we're talking about degrees of how fast you can access it, starting off, the monster part blacksmith is lower on the tiers, and every tier gives you a little bonus. For the Adventurers Guild to be access to black powder, you need to be of silver tier, which would take a longer time to do.
Mate,
so.
Cadmus just pokes his head up, looks at the guy we were talking to. Excuse me, mate.
Yes.
Say we're not part of the monster, the Monster Hunters Guild. We kill a one terrifying beast, and we bring its parts in. Could we pay to have a blacksmith work on it?
It would be at the full cost. If we're talking general-wise, you would
have to. The blacksmiths we have are under contract use for the guilds for set prices. Out of guild stuff would be more expensive.
But it wouldn't be a no. And could we?
It wouldn't be a no, but you would not have access to our experts in the craft.
Well, thank you. Head pokes back down. I'm gonna post this in the Faith and Fire, real quick.
Again, they have trade-offs, basically.
Yeah.
You can double dip, but it does get harder to keep your ranks as you do so. Especially since your only method of travel so far is on foot, so
Right.
that takes time.
I think the Adventurers Guild mates give us more variety.
All right.
But
I
don't mind.
did get into this traveling to do adventuring. It sounds right for me. However, I don't wish to sound violent, but it seems like this won't give me as much opportunity to use the Grey Jackal's flames as the Monster Hunting Guild, which
Mate, you might be a bit surprised, honestly.
Well, fair enough.
But
Seems to be a good path for me, and I will respect all of your decisions as well.
But I think the Adventurers Guild might give us, well, might give Resh what he's looking for.
More or less, yes.
Let's try to stay on good terms with the Monster Hunting Guild and be associates of theirs. Maybe not members, but associates.
That sounds good for me.
I mean, I will say this: if you want to focus primarily on people, it's actually the Merchant Guild that's probably the best because they solely work in the towns and cities of the land.
Well,
That's it I got.
But again, basically each guild does have different. It gives different bonuses, different varieties and stuff.
I think the Adventurers Guild is going to give us more freedom.
That's up to you. But I will say this: you're not going to get black powder for a long time.
I'm not
if you join the Adventurers
I'm
Guild.
not even worried about the black powder. It's just the idea. I think we're going to get more freedom with adventurers. We could see some really
Honestly,
interesting stuff with them.
yeah. Overall, they just seem a little more diverse than the other guilds.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the way they get.
Like Adventurers Guilds can take on any job. They're not just limited to monsters.
Yeah, but kind of the problems they also take on any job.
There's a lot of legalese with the Adventurers Guild because sometimes the job information, because they take in more jobs, so they can't go through every job for stuff that may or may not happen, basically. So sometimes employers lie, sometimes the information is just inaccurate, and they don't have anyone to send out to make sure it's accurate. In turn, you make more money off the Adventurers Guild.
I think it comes down to the fact of what type of enemies do we want to fight most of the time.
You'll be able to fight every enemy. Just that some guild, like the Merchant Guild, focus primarily on things within cities and towns. Monster Hunter Guild stuff outside those towns, and the adventurers kind of mix, but are less protected in what they do.
I'm kind of for the Adventurers Guild. I think that's going to be where we're going to do the best.
Same here.
Vio,
Is that what everyone in the party wants to do?
Caspian's own desires are kept, for the most part, quiet. He already made his point, but he will follow along with the party inclination.
Well, that means you had to sign up, Caspian.
Yes, can.
Just want to make sure it won't be an issue for you, mate.
Not at all.
Caspian has a preference for the monster hunter, but we'll do eventually.
Caspian has a preference for the guard, for working with the city, the constabulary.
We're working specifically for the government.
Yeah, he wants to work with authority.
I will
And
say,
again, with the government in general, but he understands that this is not the party where that is likely to happen. So he's not going to force it.
Working with the government opens up different things. They have their own fun.
Yeah.
Which we can still work with the government.
Yes.
Yeah. The difference is, I think, what Bio wants is a longer term employment rather than short term business.
All right.
That's Caspian's intent. But yeah.
I guess we can put it up to a vote now, and then in the session with you guys heading or signing up for where you want to go. So
I don't think helping out the guard isn't a guild, right? It's just something you can do.
No, it is part of the government.
Okay, so that's like an exclusatory thing.
No,
Okay,
it's not.
yeah, he's totally fine.
You could work for the government short term or long term. It would not. It technically would not hurt your standing with the guild.
Anything to make connections and get nets out there to pull back information.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
So, do you guys wish to work with the local guard for problems, and that might bump you up to government issues that you guys can be sent off on?
We could do both. I mean, if we're not bound by it, we could just say, hey, we don't got time to take care of that. Our apologies.
I think it's,
Alejandro, you are snowing, by the way.
snowing?
There's a lot of staticky noise from your mic.
Yeah.
Sorry. Mom's cooking something that's very greasy.
That's
Lots of
probably
pop.
what's making the static sound.
Yeah.
So, I'll ask, do you guys want to work temporarily for the government before you guys decide on a guild, if at all?
Onda is all for the Adventurers Guild.
We could do both.
Yes, but it's a priority, which would be first, right?
Like Bio said, working for the government can open up some doors for you guys, long term or short term.
And the government works with government employees, which are craftsmen, which is exactly what we need.
My
You're not
brother
wrong.
did that.
Shit. Are you telling us to rely on the government, Vio?
Look, Caspian's a certain way, and where he's from, the government works. So,
So he's not from America.
well, the government is the military.
He's
so
The
not.
government works. The government prospers the way it works where Caspian's from.
So it's not. So you're not from America.
So he is operating with the understanding that this system will operate like his does, which is probably completely wrong. But he doesn't know that.
Caspian, how do you think our government works?
Effectively, I would hope, at the will of the people and whatnot.
They can't control everything.
Oh, my friend. No.
Yes.
I mean,
No.
let me ask you: does anyone here actually know how the government here works in the place you're in?
I would assume. That since my mother's a privateer, I might have an idea.
I mean, I've already stated once. Most of the government issues are run by paladin, basically ministers. 10 of them.
Would Rush know anything at all about the Paladin Minister since he's been running from the orders for most of the last 5 years?
I don't know. How long did you stay in this? Actually, no. I think we talked about it. This is your island you visited, so I don't think you would have a lot of information about that.
Yeah.
I've
I
got
don't,
like,
I don't remember. I believe we wrote down how well you knew each island. So I mean,
mates.
Somewhere.
Mates,
yeah, no, in your allies and organization.
Mates, let's put it this way: we work for the government. It could keep them off our asses on other problems. Like if the Adventurers Guild has us do a job that might be a little sketchy, and if we have a good enough standing with the government, we could just say, "Hey, look, it's this way. We need access to this building, and we might be able to get it."
So from what I can
suppose there's one mindset to take. I feel like thinks about this morally compromising reason to work with authority.
is a
That's not inaccurate.
You hear Caspian? Danger!
So I'll ask, since you guys seem to be pretty going towards the government, if that's what I'm registering so far. Does everyone feel that way?
Rush is more leaning towards the Adventurers Guild, but will work for the government for a little bit if he has to.
Yeah, I think it's best that we go for the government, build up our standing with them, so if there's anything that pops up that might force like a governing body to question us, we can lean back on this. Go, look, we've done all this work for you. We made a call on a job and it was wrong. But you can't ignore all the good we've done. So it does give us a safety net down the road.
So I would like to mention, if you look at your character sheet,
No.
there is the honor, obviously. This is kind of how people generally depict you. So I would say if you're working with the government, that kind of would up your honor depending on the circumstances.
I have a 10 in honor.
It is
there's
not
also-
supposed to be 0.
No, it's supposed to be a 10. Basically, honor is how people generally perceive you. There is specific reputations you can get with groups, but you guys are working with paladins, so generally people will, if you want to increase your honor, generally working with paladins is a good sign.
And if we're working with paladins, we could go up against cult members more often.
And they can feed us information regarding such things.
That is kind of true. Depending on your standing with the place, they might feed you information for free too.
Yeah, because bureaucracy, they know everything. It's just a matter of getting them to tell us.
Also, if we have to acquire a ship, we could do it on the grounds that we're doing work for the government and we needed a ship. We're commandeering this vessel. Don't ask questions.
They might ask questions.
Government business flashes a badge. Government business. Do not ask questions or do not resist.
So generally, do you guys want to work temporarily at the very least for the government?
I think there's a lot of perks.
Yes.
Yeah,
Anda's worked for the government before. She doesn't think they're perfect, but she doesn't mind working for it.
Yeah,
you work for the Almond
For them,
government.
you can put in the effort to make it.
yeah.
So-
I think there's perks for it, at least early on.
So, I will end it off with this. Do you guys want to work for the local government, which is the mayor, or do you want to go through the guild to get through the military government?
Mayor.
Local.
Military.
Going through military. No,
Yes,
sir.
military. Yes, military. No mayor. Mayor
Yeah,
said
yeah. I think military is gonna have a more wider reach and wider.
So, Just so I can get everything ready for next session, and we can retire so it doesn't get too late for our East Coasts. You have the military, which is Captain Osbrian, or there's Mayor Braun.
Well,
Honda says the military, because why to reach?
yeah, that's
You can
why I'm
type. You
going
can type
right.
in what you guys decide. So
Why
Plus,
each, and we don't operate solely under the interests of one individual
Yeah,
exactly.
who was
Yeah.
expressed to us not to be that great.
by one person. By one person.
yeah,
Well, I should say.
He develops his ideas very quickly.
yeah. It's the idea that if we're going with one person, we're going for his interests.
I am sorry to say this, Rush. You have been outvoted.
Oh, we have a landslide of votes.
He shrugs and accepts defeat.
All
Well,
right.
I just sincerely hope that we don't regret this. Like we regretted a lot of things.
Also, to be fair, mate,
Did anything? I think
mate,
we've done quite well.
if we're going with
I
the
have not regretted a moment with any of you.
give it time.
Little blush.
Yeah, give it time, mate. That'll change. But
All right.
Resh,
Next session. Because we will be ending it off in a little bit. Next session, the party will get their jobs from Captain Osborne.
Jobs.
I also look at it this way. Out of all honesty, going with the military, the military actually themselves might have more funding than a mayor does.
So, I will actually be generating 3 jobs for you guys to pick from. That'll be fun.
As long as any job but an
more job debating.
any job that's not an escort mission, I'm good with.
I cannot promise.
We will let them
Confirm or
other.
deny.
So
Hey, did you know there's a toggle advantage and disadvantage option in settings?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why don't we use it more?
Because it's easier just to roll the 2, and if somebody says disadvantage, you just take the lowest. If somebody says advantage, you just take the highest.
Yeah.
But
You can use it if you want to, of course.
look. Let's put it this
Alright.
way: if there's an escort mission, I'm voting that we just let the person die and explain, "Hey, we tried, but we were overpowered."
Well, like I said, we will find out
Terrible.
what happened.
That's fine. then.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
again, we will be
I'll say that
ending.
the escort.
We will be ending the session. Thank you,
Okay.
Fox, for joining us
Yeah,
and
well-
being a part of the party.
Welcome to the nut house.
The
Welcome to the
turtle
cast.
has seen its grace down upon you.
But and also to everybody out there in the VODs, thank you for watching. We all
Yeah.
do appreciate it. It means a lot to us.
Hopefully, everything will be put on YouTube soonish.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. As soon as some things get uploaded, I unfortunately do not have access to 3 of the episodes, so we are working on trying to get those 3 episodes uploaded to YouTube. Once they are uploaded to YouTube, everything that's been going on now, after unfortunately Cyclone had to leave, everything else will be uploaded on a weekly basis.
Yeah. So, again, I want to give thanks to both our players and our artists. And I will be leaving early, so I hope everyone has a good night.
You too.
Yep, you too, buddy. I wanna just say, everybody, I hope people tune in tomorrow, 4 p.m. EST for Roll With It. So come give us a hard time, come bully us. We enjoy it. Gonna be ending the stream there, everybody. Just my typical sign off. Just remember, leave each day better than what you woke up to. So, until next time, everybody. From all of us here at Faith and Fire, take it easy.